Johnson in New York. We're coming on the air right now with breaking news. According to multiple sources, the first round of Hamas hostages have been transferred to the Red Cross. This is part of a new deal that took effect overnight, including a fragile and temporary pause in the fighting. Let's get right to Matt Gutman, who's in Tel Aviv, Israel, with the very latest. Matt, what are you learning?
When we understand that the Red Cross is now in possession of those hostages, we don't know how many they are. This transfer is now occurring in the Gaza Strip. The Red Cross, of course, a key conduit for this hostage swap. They're going to be taking the hostages from Hamas in Gaza, transferring them through Egypt and into Israel. It's there that a special unit who's been trained in dealing with hostages is going to intake them. They're going to give them a quick medical check. At that point, they'll also verify their identification. They don't exactly know who's going to be coming across the border. They'll also be handed phones, and at that moment they'll be able to call their family members, their loved ones, for the first time in 47 days. This is happening right now. At that point, some of them will be reunited with family. Those who need medical care will be flown to hospitals in Israel, where a team of psychologists is waiting to deal with these people who have obviously undergone significant trauma over the past couple of days. And that's, of course, where they will be also physically reunited with family members. Again, this is ongoing and have not crossed the border into Egypt or Israel yet, but this is a very good first sign that this hostage swap is starting to take place as planned and on time, Win.
An encouraging sign indeed, Matt. Thank you. And just a reminder, viewers, again, as part of this deal that was laid out, 13 hostages held in Gaza would eventually be released back to Israel in exchange for 39 Palestinian prisoners, mostly women and teenagers. And then if the ceasefire would hold over the course of 4 days, more and more of those hostages would be released. Let's go in and bring in our senior White House correspondent, Selena Wang. She is traveling with the president in Nantucket. And Selena, we know President Biden has been heavily involved in the negotiations, and there's the hope and the possibility that Americans could be involved.
Exactly, Whit. President Biden may be on holiday here, but he has been working the phone, staying in close contact with regional partners to ensure that this deal actually gets carried through. This is incredibly high stakes, high pressure for the Biden administration, with senior administration officials telling me that Biden has been very hands-on in this process and personally involved in the negotiations. He had personally urged the Emir of Qatar to press Hamas to accept this deal, and for Israel's prime minister to do so as well. As you say, there's hope that 3 Americans will be included in this initial hostage release deal, but we still don't know yet who is going to be out, who is going to be on that list. President Biden here in Nantucket had said that he's keeping his fingers crossed that 3-year-old Abigail Moore Edan, whose parents were killed by Hamas, that she will be included in this initial hostage release. But U.S. officials here have been very careful to say that nothing here is done until they actually see this happen. Incredibly fragile and delicate.
Absolutely. So far, that ceasefire, that temporary pause in the fighting has held as this initial wave of hostages have been handed over. Again, we're still waiting on numbers, getting more information, but they have been handed over to the Red Cross. We will continue to bring you breaking developments throughout the course of the day here on ABC News. Selena, thank you, and our thanks to Matt Gutman. Again, we'll have breaking news alerts on ABC News Live, our streaming channel, and abcnews.com, and then we'll have a full wrap-up later tonight on World News Tonight with David Muir. For now, I'm Whit Johnson in New York. We'll send you back to regular programming.